Okay, good day to you. I'm Joko Christian, and you're watching JCC Learning Series. This is an online class with my students for the subject of Microsoft Excel, and this is the 11th meeting of the class where we will talk about sorting data, filtering data using Subtotal in Microsoft Excel. Currently, I'm still waiting for the students to view the YouTube live, and while we're waiting, I can give you some of the reviews that we have already learned in previous meetings. As you can see in the screen, uh, the meeting today and the one that I will be covering now is the 11th, the data sorting, filtering, and subtotal. Students should fill the attendance, join the chat room, download the provided content, opening it. I'll be opening and walk through you in the same time. And don't forget to upload the assignment of the meeting that have been answered. The question will be in this video, so you need to watch the video completely to know what is the question I asked that you need to finish and submit the file in e-learning. The previous meeting, the 10th meeting, subject is about using Excel functions, PMT, rate, and some study case with complex arithmetic function to calculate someone's savings, bank account, credit cards, and let's say house credits and so on. So the focus of this 11th meeting will be on more about how to manage your data using Excel. Okay, I'm still waiting for a few more users, but while we wait, let me tell you about this. Okay, this is our subject for the 11th meeting. Our 11th meeting actually is more focused about subtotals rather than the other subject. But before we can count or use subtotals function in Excel, we should know how to sort the data first. So in this particular worksheet, the first worksheet called Learning Sorting, in this worksheet, we are going to try to sort the data. I have provided you with small table consisting about 80 rows, less than 80 rows of data, tabular data with 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, which consists of part number, type, department, cost, quantity, total value. Now, we're starting with the sorting function. As you can see, this tabular data, there is 6 columns that can be used for sorting. And before we can use subtotal, we need to sort it the way we want it first. So let's try this data. I'm going to select one of the cell from the table and then Control A. Control A means I'm selecting the whole table that adjacent with the cell that I selected. Okay. After that, I select the ribbon of data here, and then I'll select sort right here. So the sort dialog box will be opened, and then you can see that we can sort the data on many levels. For now, I'll just and your default view should have only one level, and we can select how we sort the data. Because my table have headers, then the sort by drop box here, combo box here, will show part number, type, department, cost, quantity, and total value. Because I have put header in my table. But if your table does not have header, it's the first row directly contains the data, then you should disable this checklist. If you disable this checklist, then Excel will think the first row of the selected table is the data without any headers. Because our condition have a header, then we should have the header selected. Okay, my data has header. Now, let's try basic sorting, one level. Let's try to sort by part number. The part number is a numerical data, and it will be sorted with the order that we choose, smallest to largest or largest to smallest. Smallest to largest is ascending. It's called ascending, from the smallest value to the largest value. The largest to smallest called descending order. So I'll just try the smallest to largest first. I click OK, and you can see that the data has been sorted by the part number. 539, 540, 541, 542, 544, and so on. This is the way we sort for one column. We can change the way we want to sort it again. Sort. Let's say I change it to largest to smallest. And you can see that the part number is 637, 636, 635, 634, and so on. Okay. Once again. Now let's try sorting from other columns. Let's say I want to sort it by the type. Okay. You can sort by the type ascending, because this is a text column. You can sort it by A to Z or Z to A. Currently, I'm choosing A to Z. There you go. Now, you can see the type is AB, and then I scroll down. There's a type of AC. There's a type of DB, and so on until the last row is the type of RT. I'll select it again, and I'll show you what if I sort it by Z to A, descending. Then we have the RT, and then the DE, and then the DB, and so on until the AB. As you can see, because we only choose one column to be sorted, then the department value, cost value, quantity, and total value is not going to be counted as the level 2 or level 3 sort, because we only have one level, which is the type. In most cases, we want to sort more than one level, such as this example. I want to sort by the department from A to Z, and then for each department, I want to sort it by the quantity sold, which means I want the number here from this quantity is sorted from smallest to largest. So I need to add level here. I select add level, and then I check the quantity, select the quantity here, sort by smallest to largest. Okay, now we can see our data is being sorted by the department, department 1, department 2, department 3, and so on. But for each department, in this department 1, for example, you can see that the quantity is being sorted as the second level. The second level means the priority level is below the department, but it will take being accounted in the sort 0, 1, 3, and so on. The number will be repeated if the value exists like this, 0, 1, 2, on the department 2 and department 3. Department 3 doesn't have 0 value, it started with the 2 values. And until the last department, department 5. So this is the example of sorting with 2 levels. Actually, you can sort it not just by 2 levels, but as long as you, as many as you want. Because this data is only consists of 6 columns, then you can only sort it with 6 level naturally. So the limitation is just from the column. Okay, actually you also can change the order. Let's say from department A to Z, the quantity is largest to smallest. There you go. So the department 1 quantity, the biggest, and it's repeating again in the department 2, department 3, and so on. Next, I'll show you how about more levels. Yes, you can do more levels, and you can even flip it. Let's say I want the department and then by the type. The type column is on the left of department, but it's no problem. We can sort it by department and then by type and then by quantity. It's like, okay, and you can see that department 1, department will always be the first priority for sorting, and then the next priority will be the type AB, AC, DB, and so on. It will be recurring in the department 2, AB, AC, DE, and so on. And the third level will be the quantity. Quantity is largest to smallest. So there you go. That's the way you're going to sort a table in Excel. Now, if you have any question, you can ask directly in the YouTube chat, or you can ask directly in the e-learning chat session. Which reminds me, I need to enter the e-learning chat session. Okay, just me that online. Hello. Okay, just minimize that for a moment. Now, we're going to cover the main subject is about the subtotal. What is subtotal? So basically, we're going to group the data, and then we're going to do something that the data is being grouped. Seeing values, seeing, let's say, helping you to make your decision by analyzing your data. So subtotal function can be typed directly or by using the dialog. For the first example, not first example, I mean for the first encounter with subtotal, I'm going to teach you the syntax subtotal, open parenthesis, the function number, the range, or the value. So in subtotal, we can use this kind of function. Function number includes hidden value 1, includes hidden value, ignores hidden value 101. Function of average. Hidden value 2, include hidden value, use 2 for count, or ignores hidden value for count is 102, so on. Because we can hide some values in Excel. If there are other subtotal within the subtotal range, the subtotal value will be ignored. So I'll just give you the way that it works like this. Using the dialog should be more easily for you to see the example. So for this example, I'm going to create the average quantity value of each department and the grand average. To do this, it's actually quite simple. So from this table, learning and sorting, I click all and I sort it by department. Okay, I don't need any other level yet. I'll just delete the other levels. Department, and then I select menu data, subtotal here. Click subtotal. Now, for each change in what? Each change in odd number, type department. Because we want to show the average of department, then we should select for at each change in department, use the function average. What column should be average? What column, the subtotal should be added to what column? We can then checklist the columns that match our criteria. For this, I only checklist the total value or the quantity and the cost. So you can see all. You should use the function only to the column that consists of numerical values. Okay, but you can, for average, but you can use other function for text such as count. But for this one, I'll use average. Average of cost, quantity, total value. Checklist the replace current subtotals. If you have subtotals already, it will be replaced. Currently, there is none. And summary before below data. And I click OK. See what happens. After I click OK, there are three level here that can be shown. Level 3 is the most detailed. Level 2 will show you like this. I click this one. Okay. You can see that I have department 1 average of cost, average of quantity, average of total value, and the grand average right here. If I click the level 1, it will be only the grand average. So this way we can use Excel to quickly count for us the values that needs to be analyzed. If you have the value that to be analyzed quite much, this is a very, very big help. Okay, this is for the example of the average. Now, what if I want to count the average of the, let's say, the type? Oh, okay, let's count the average for type. I select the table again, and then the subtotal, and then at each change of type. Let's change this to type. Will it show the correct answer? Okay. Click OK, and we'll see that you have a jumble. Not quite jumbled because before I have already sorted it by department and by type, but we will have recurring average. This is AB average from department 1. This is AB average from department 3. This is AB average from department 4. Oh, wait a minute. How can that happen? This can happen because Excel counts subtotal only on a table that's already sorted beforehand. So if you do not sort it correctly yet by the parameters you want in the subtotals, you'll get this kind of analytics. So we get recurring AB, another AB, AC, another AC, and so on. So you still have the correct grand average because that's from the whole data, but for the level 2 you get many more value and repetitively. So let's change it again. Before we can change the subtotal, we need to delete the current subtotal. So I select the table again. Once more, the way is you select one of the cells inside the table, Control A, and then I click the subtotal and I click remove all. When I click this remove all button, then you can see that all the subtotals is being removed. So we have the basic table again. In the basic table, then I can sort it again using the type from order A to Z maybe. Okay, now I have the data sorted in A from by type. Relaunch the subtotal. At each change in type, use function average. Okay, now we have a subtotal that is correct by type, if you want to show average by type. Okay. Okay, now let me Control A again, and then I remove all subtotals. Okay, Sometimes this happens if the data is too much. After you remove it, it does not include the grand average here. I need to reselect all and then remove all. There you go. You must make sure there's no more value hidden down there. Now, that's using the dialog box. So actually you can have many output. By this output snapshot in the last worksheet, you can see that I use the type subtotal, but I count the total, not the average. How to do it? Control A again, select the subtotals, and then at each change in type, use the function sum. So I count it only on total value. So only total value is being selected. Okay, and then we can see that voila. Now I have the AB total value, the AC total value, and the grain total value. That's how you use subtotal. Of course, there is the more harder way. Let's say that using the function here by typing it. Function sub equals subtotal, function number, range, or values. Let's just say this is the example. If you're searching by type, equal subtotal 9. 9 indicates a function type of sum from F2 until F17. So it will count the subtotal of that range, F2 until F17. 2 until 17. But I should try it like this. Equals subtotal, open parenthesis. Let's say I want the sum. The sum, comma, from F5 until here, F20, closing parenthesis. So I have this. But this is harder because you should manually, after you sort the data, you should manually take in the range from the change of each type. So you need to retype it again here on AC equals subtotal of function number 9, sum, comma, from F21 until AC finish in 31, like this. So it's a little bit harder to do, and maybe it's more easier for you to use the dialog box. But sometimes when you want to reformulate or you want to use that value to be inserted into another formula, then using the type model is quite good. It's better actually. Now, if you have any question, you can ask in the live chat. And now I'm going to give you the question, your assignment. So using the first worksheet, you should sort it by the, not department, but sort it by the, okay, sort it by the type. No, department is okay. Sort it by department. Then you should, this is the first, second, use subtotal to count the maximum value of sales for each department. So for this example, after you sort it by the department, there is many sales quantity, the column quantity. You should find the maximum value for each department using subtotals. Okay, and then 3, you should save this worksheet, then upload it on assignment 11 on e-learning. Okay, that's your assignment. That's what you should do. Actually, it's not very hard. It's very easy, and you can do it directly on the first worksheet in learning and sorting. Okay, you can ask in the group if there is any question, or here live YouTube again. Yes. That's the great thing about YouTube. So if you missed it, you can watch it later. The recording of this live session is online. Okay, I'll be still online for this session, but the majority of the things that I want to teach about is already being delivered. So I thank you for your attendance, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn the things that I'm teaching. Currently, I'm teaching Microsoft Excel. I'm teaching computer networks and some of programmings. Actually, my video is a lot about algorithms. But feel free to subscribe and feel free to ask me, oh, sir, can you make the tutorial for this kind of material or something? If I can do it, I'll be glad to do so. Very well. And so we reached the end of the 11th meeting. Don't forget to upload your assignment before the time runs out. And I hope I can see you again in next episode. And stay safe, stay healthy. See you again at later times. Live long and prosper. Bye-bye.